try to explain the attendance sheet. So hopefully you can see it in my screen here. And you don't have editing privileges, but you do have commenting privileges. So just to try to not erase other people's attendance and initials and all of that good stuff. So say I'm Abby Horner, and I would just click in the column under Dr. Pilch's presentation today, and then you can go to insert comment, and then I would just put my initials in there and insert that comment, and then that's all that you need to do. So the instructions are at the top there in case you missed it. And I think Johanna and I will continue sharing that attendance sheet out. But if you can't figure it out, no worries, just shoot me an email and I'll make sure to get you in there so that you're counted for our big prize drawing at the end of next week. And if your name's not in there, you can put a comment at the very end of the document, or again, just go ahead and shoot me an email. So stop sharing that now. And we'll get launched.
Will our initials show up on that spreadsheet or no?
Yeah, so it'll show up as a comment. It won't show up in the box. It'll just be a comment in that box, if that makes sense. Because otherwise I had to give everyone editing privileges, and that just seemed like a terrible idea with nearly 300 people. So we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to our kickoff for our first ever virtual wellness week. My name is Rachel Hirschman, and I'm the wellness coordinator here in District 6. So thrilled to see all of you today. And, just considering everything that we've all been through in this last tumultuous year and the pandemic and all of those things, I just am so incredibly grateful for all of you and our great leaders, the leaders in my department, Nutrition Services, led by Kara and Danielle, throughout many levels of the district, and then all the way up to our superintendent, Dr. Pilch. And it's really their strong leadership and support of wellness that I've been with the district now for almost 8 years, and just really proud to be a part of District 6. So without further ado, I will go ahead and hand it over to Dr. Pilch.
Thank you so much, Rachel, and I want to thank you again for inviting me to do this. We did this yesterday with a group, and it was really a lot of fun. And so I want to encourage you to participate and interact in the chat. Feel free to put comments in and share feedback. It's a little weird kind of being a keynote in Zoom and not being able to see everybody and really read your body language. But I hope if you can, go ahead and turn your cameras on so I can see your faces, and we'll get started here. So I do have some slides that I want to share with you. And I want to just start by saying, what I'm going to share today, I want to just be really frank that I am a work in progress. These are all things that I'm constantly working at all the time and recommitting to, frequently. So I am by no means a wellness expert. So when I think of the people in our district, and I think who are the healthiest people I know and the wellness experts I know, I would never put Deirdre Pilch's name on that list. But I got asked, and so I do have some advice to share today, and I hope we can have a little fun, and you'll take away what works for you and leave behind what doesn't work for you. So I want you to know I titled this Why Wellness, not a question mark about why wellness, but an exclamation point, because we got to take care of ourselves if we're going to take care of others. And you, my friends, have to take care of yourselves because you especially are being asked to provide so much support and help and guidance and really love and energy every single day in all that you do here in District 6. And then I know that many of you are going home and you're caring for family members and supporting family members. Some of you are working on advanced degrees and taking time to do all of that during all of this crazy time, as Rachel said, of this pandemic as well. So I'm Deirdre Pilch. I'm your superintendent, and here's my email. I want to encourage you to reach out if you want to make contact with me. If you really want to get to me, you should email Christina Crane, my executive assistant, at kcrane@greeleyschools.org. I think she is on here today. Bless her heart, she was here yesterday too. She's probably here to make sure and provide me technical support should I need it. But I want to talk a little bit about a book that I've been working through, and I started working through this this book after we went remote in November. A friend mailed this to me. Another executive here in Greeley mailed me this book, and it's called Your Oxygen Mask First by Kevin Lawrence. So has anybody seen this before? Anybody had a chance to read it? I see a couple head nods. Good. So the idea is pretty simple. It's simply that when we board an airplane and we take our seat, and then the pilot comes on and gives us advice, and the advice is that should we need oxygen during flight and the oxygen mask falls, that we should put on our own oxygen mask first before we try to assist those around us with their oxygen mask. And so I'm really enjoying this book. It is intended for folks who are really driven and have high demanding jobs, which all of us do here in this Zoom today. And then it walks you through some exercises to really commit to how you're going to take care of yourself. So I'm going to use some of what's in this book today as I go through this with you. So I'm going to use one key concept that's in here that has really helped me, and that's this idea of doubling your resilience. And it's on page 47 in the book. But I think this has been really important to me, especially during this time of this pandemic and all that has happened in our country, over the last 10, 12 months. I think we're very resilient in education. We are, and especially here in District 6. You all have heard me say before that we're gritty, and we're resilient. We absolutely are. But I think with everything we've been facing, we really have to double down on that resilience, and we've got to make sure we have some additional pieces in place to really take care of ourselves. And if we do that, and stay true to some resilience rituals, as Kevin Lawrence calls them in the book, then we'll set ourselves up to win no matter what is thrown at us. And I think that if we think about what all's been thrown at us for the last several months, who would have ever thought? I mean, let's just take going to a one-to-one initiative. That takes some districts years to prepare and implement a one-to-one initiative. And we started it in a matter of weeks, and we're fully launched within a matter of a few months. That shows you how resilient we are, and what excellent people we have working in our system. So what are resilience rituals? So there's 3 areas of resilience rituals I'm going to talk about today. The first is the body, the things you do to take care of your body, your physical self. So these are the physical things we do to take care of our body. And then the second one is mind, things we do to take care of our mind. And these are the things we do to keep our mind focused, to keep our energy centered on the things that we need to accomplish. And these 2 are the easiest ones to do. I think mind and body, and I'll talk to you about why I believe that. And then the third one is spirit. What are the things you do to take care of your spirit? These are the things you do that just light you up inside. These are the things that when you do them, you feel like you could conquer the world and you could accomplish anything because your spirit is fed and you've taken good care of your spirit. So I want you to start to think about it, and you can start putting them in the chat if you want. What are some of your resilience rituals? So when you think about mind, it may be reading, it may be meditation, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's listening to music, but those things you do to calm your mind so that you can then do the work that you have to do, or take care of your family members, and take care of each other. And then body, some of you here I know are runners, but maybe it's walking or stretching or biking, getting your Z's, getting to bed at a normal time on a regular basis, and getting up at a normal time on a regular basis, or at a set time, and getting the right amount of sleep and good sleep so that you can take care of your body. And then the spirit. this is the stuff you do to spend. Maybe it's quality time with your family. Maybe it's cooking. I'm not really a cook, but I think people who do cook think that they are making beautiful things, and I do like to make beautiful things. And so maybe it's making beautiful things. Maybe it's just being out with nature. And guys, this means really being out with nature. So those of you who are hikers and bikers and runners, you don't get to count that body activity as your spirit activity because you're doing it outside. It's a spirit activity when you're really out there and you're really in tune with what's going on in nature and how that impacts you. And maybe it's a relationship you have with a higher power and how you approach your own spirituality and where you get your energy in terms of your own spirituality. So there's a little rule to all of this, according to Kevin Lawrence. It's not a Deirdre rule, but I'm working hard to stick to it. The rule is you can't pick one thing, like I mentioned, the running and you're outdoors and think, well, that I free my mind when I'm out there riding my bike. I'm free in my mind. I'm taking care of my mind. I'm out with nature, so I'm taking care of my spirit. You don't get to do that. You got to have different rituals in each area of mind, body, and spirit. Okay, I see you're starting to put a lot of stuff in the chat, so I want to sneak over. That's great. That's fun. Oh yeah, you guys are getting this, and you're writing out your rituals. I love it. That's great. Okay, so just a reminder to all of us that it is healthy, not selfish, to take care of you. That's healthy. That's what healthy people do. And I loved this visual, and quite honestly, Christina cleaned it up a little bit from last night, but you can't pour from an empty cup. You got to take care of yourself first. So if you're going to give of yourself, you got to take care of yourself first. So are there some rituals that you need to start or you need to reboot that were rituals you used to do and you've stopped doing them? And to be able to restart a ritual or to start a new ritual, there may be some boundaries that you need to set and some boundaries that you need to put in place. So I'll talk just a little bit about this. I made a commitment to myself to really spend quality time with my little great niece and great nephew when they are with me. So they're like my grandkids. We don't have any kids, but they're like our little grandkids, and we get to be the Nana and the Papa. So one of the decisions I made working through this book was that when I have the kids with me, I'm going to try and do everything I can to really invest in them and the time we're spending together to make every single one of those Saturdays or Sundays I get them to create some special memories every single time we have them here. And I used to have them here, and I might have them working on some art projects, and I would be, cleaning my kitchen, or I'd be doing laundry. I'm still multitask a lot, but so I made this shift. So this past Saturday, I had the kids here. And the little girl is 9, almost 10, and she had seen a picture of my husband and me at our wedding, and she says, "Nana, is that your wedding dress?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Where is that? Do you still have that wedding dress?" I said, "I do." "Where is it?" "Well, it's downstairs in the closet." "Oh, Nana, let's go look at it." And honestly, my first reaction was, "Oh gosh, I can't get out that wedding dress. Your parents are going to be here in a little while, and that's going to be a mess to get that dress out." But she said, let's get the wedding. Can we get the wedding dress out? So we go downstairs, we dig through the closet. And for those of you who have preserved a wedding dress, you know this isn't a small thing, right? To go and get the wedding dress out for the 9-year-old. But we did, and she put the wedding dress on, and then she said, "Do you have a tiara? A crown?" She actually called it a crown. And I said, "I have a tiara." So we went and got the tiara, and then we did a little photo shoot and sent pictures to her mom and to my mom, and really had a great time. So then the prom dresses came next, because I save everything like that. And so we also had a little fun with the prom dresses. But my point in telling you that story is it would have been really easy for me to worry about the laundry or to worry about other things I needed to get done at home. And Aaliyah would have been fine. She's very self-sufficient. but she wanted to try on the dresses. And we created a memory that we will have forever, and gave my mom and her mom a lot of joy in sending them those pictures. So I wanted to share that with you, just to help you maybe to lift yourself a little bit about what are some of those things that you can let go of so that you can feed your spirit. So whether that's getting up in the middle of the night to watch a meteor shower with someone who you love, or whether that's maybe dancing in your living room when your favorite song comes on, I want to encourage you to take time and to take those moments and do those things. So what do you need to do to take care of you? I want you to write it down. And some of you have been putting it in the chat already, so you can write it down on a pad of paper too if you have it. If you write it down, or you tell someone else, like putting it in the chat here, you're going to be more likely to do it. So what do you promise yourself you will do? I promise myself I will. I talked to you about mine, that I'm going to really, when I am with my family, I really am trying to focus on them, because I could be working the whole time. I could be doing text messages and email the whole time, phone calls. And so that's a piece I'm working on to take care of my spirit and to take care of my family. Oh, Darren, we are big puzzle people too. I just got a 1,000-piece puzzle delivered yesterday that my husband said, 1,000 pieces, just killing me. So, but we love puzzles also. Oh, fly fishing. I told my husband last summer I thought we should take up fly fishing. Good. Laughing, yeah, laughing is so important, and then just really letting yourself let it out, right? And just really laugh, and laughing at ourselves. Of course, Christina tracks her goals in her journal. Well, Teresa's on here, Myers, and she and I will both admit to you we are not good about journaling. but what I think both of us have started to do, and that's something I'll talk about over here in Spirit, is really taking time to think about and talk about why we're grateful. And I think another piece of that in Spirit about being grateful is letting people know you're grateful for them and for what they're doing for you. So whether that's sending somebody a text message, letting them know, sending them a little email or a card in the mail. Isn't it fun when you actually get something in the mail now? Because we don't send letters and cards as much as we used to. We use email and text messages. These are just some more ideas about resiliency building that I have been focusing on. So practicing taking those deep breaths. And I'm really motivated by my Apple Watch. This is a great benefit of our Aetna insurance and this Attain app on here. It motivates me to close my rings every day. It motivates me to breathe. And now it motivates me to wash my hands for the full 20 seconds if you haven't turned that on and you have the Apple Watch. And then my new thing, really these past several months, especially if like me, some of you have put on a few pounds during COVID. And even though I don't think I was eating any differently, I think I was just eating more often because I was so close to my kitchen. And then I think stress also, there's no question, stress can put the weight on. But instead of focusing on saying, I'm going to work out, I've got to get my workout in, I'm really been focusing on, I got to move, and I got to move every single day and move in lots of ways, whether that's parking my car farther out in the parking lot at the grocery store, or taking the stairs at work. When the Zoom meeting ends, getting out of my office and walking down the hallway, taking the stairs down, coming back up the stairs. So just moving. And then over in mind, also, one of the things that I started and really am trying to work on is being present during Zoom and trying not to multitask while I am in Zoom meetings, because it is very easy to multitask. And, I have two giant screens up. I could have two laptops open too if I chose to. And so really trying to focus and not be working on other things when I'm in a Zoom meeting, because I don't think it's very good for my brain. I want to, before I go to that, I'd like to really just hear from some of you all and who are willing to share out. And I really appreciate everything you've put in the chat. This is very good. Yeah, we all need to go on a vacation, don't we? As soon as we can. Holy cow, a 3,000 piece puzzle. Yeah, that be present in the moment is kind of my thing about the Zoom thing. I'm trying to be present in too. I'm amazed by the people who like me. I like to clean house. I mean, you know, you're moving and I think too, you can see it, right? Like you get your vacuum out and you're done and you got all those pretty lines in your carpet. So it's like mowing the grass. When I mow the grass, that is really satisfying for me because I can see all that I just cleaned up by mowing the grass. So I love to mow the grass. I could put that on my body list maybe. Although I think it might be a spirit activity because I like the sense of accomplishment of getting the grass done. Does anybody talk about drinking more water? That's something I have got to do. Yes, giving yourself grace is important. All right. So I want to share some activities that are coming up with you and just remind you, and then we're going to use the last 10 minutes to actually let you share out and share anything you'd like to share with the group or ask any questions you might have. But there's a lot of cool activities planned over the next week for Wellness Week, and I hope some of these will speak to you in terms of your mind, body, or spirit. And Rachel, can they sign up at any point for any of them?
Yep, they sure can.
Yeah, that's great. Do you want to remind people how to do that?
Yeah. I'll put the link in the chat box here.
That'd be great. They probably all know how because they got here today.
Yeah, exactly. But good reminder still.
So with that, I want to know what advice you all have about taking care of yourself and what advice you would give each other and advice you'd give me, or what questions do you have? And because I know you don't get me in front of you that often, if you have other questions about the school district, I'm happy to answer those as well. All right, somebody's got to turn off their mute and share out a little bit here. Have a little fun.
I apologize because my vet appointment got changed. So I am doing this during my vet appointment.
Well, you don't need to apologize. I'm sorry that you have to do this during your vet appointment.
So I'm wondering if I can get this PowerPoint.
Yes, I will share the PowerPoint with Rachel, and she can share out with participants. Does that work, Rachel? Or we can post it. Teresa, should we just post it?
So yeah, but this is my new rescue, and he's a big, beautiful part of my help.
That's right. Taking care of your rescue dog is going to help you to that'll help your spirit for sure.
And we will post the this recording on our Nutrition Services YouTube page, and I'll send you guys the comments box as well after today.
And Rachel, you can post the slides if you want. I don't care. You can find to use them. Yeah.
I'll do that too.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Pilch, I just want to thank you for being a role model. I, as a person in leadership, am trying to be a role model also for my staff. And so it just says a lot that you're taking the time to do this, and thank you.
You're welcome, Jill. You guys, here's the thing. These jobs, whether you're the superintendent of schools, whether you're working in the front office of a school or an office in the district, or you're a classroom teacher, or you're supporting classroom teachers, or you work in nutrition or transportation, regardless of what it is you do in this system, these are very, very demanding jobs. They are. And our families need a lot from us. And so we have to do a lot. I mean, so I do want you to take care of yourselves. And I do want you to find ways to model that from the seat you're in. You all have heard me talk about leading from the seat you're in. I want you to find ways to model that.
Dr. Pilch, give your spiel about balance.
Okay, I will. Well, so we all talk about, I got to get some balance in my life. There really is no balance. Honestly, there is not a work-life balance. There just isn't, because work is 8, 10, 12 hours a day, right? So how are you going to balance that and sleep? So it's really about finding a place of peace of what are those things that are your priorities and what are those things you can give up so that you can take care of the priorities. And, honestly, I joked about my email, but that is just something that I have decided, and, that email is not going to be my priority, or it would control my life. My phone is my first thing I look at when I wake up in the morning. And I will tell you, I could work into the wee hours of the morning on email, and I have just decided I'm not going to let that happen. I'm trying to get away from electronics about an hour before I put my head on the pillow if I can, so that I can sleep better at night. So I think, what you have to do is just find out what it is you need to do to take care of you, and realize that there is no work-life balance, not when you're in these jobs. There are people who have jobs who have true work-life balance, but these jobs, not in these jobs, and certainly not during a response to a pandemic in these jobs. What else? Was that the right spiel, Ms. Myers? I will also say this. You probably have heard it, but when we are old and we're laying there and our family is surrounding us and we're getting ready to say goodbye, not a one of us is going to say to our family, I wish I had worked more. I am so sorry I didn't work harder. I should have put in more hours at work. I should have gotten all those emails done. I should have, right? You just got to think about that. You just got to think about that. None of us are going to look back and go, man, I should have worked 60-hour weeks instead of 50-hour weeks. What else? What else do you want to share? What other advice do you guys have for each other?
I want to see some of these dogs.
I'm not an expert. Go ahead, Christina.
I want to see some of these dogs. I'm seeing dogs pop in and out of pictures, and I would love to see that. That fills my spirit.
Seeing people's dogs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yay. Thanks, Johanna. Or cats. I suppose cats are okay, too.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm a Pomeranian, Cynthia. Is that a Pom? I have a
Rebecca, adorable.
No.
There's Nala. There we go.
Oh, nice. Oh. Oh, Tony and Aaron.
Coach, do you have a girl or a boy?
That's a girl.
I have a little girl Pom.
We have 2 boys, Pomeranians.
Oh my gosh.
She's a girl, Bella.
Bella, fun. There's no question that for some of us, pets are absolutely stress relievers and contribute to our wellness, right? So the final thing I want to just say, guys, I want to go back to that idea of doubling down on your resiliency rituals. I think that all of us have been under extreme stress for several months. We have been, and so whether that's been because you're in a building and you're wondering when you're going to get quarantined, and then when you get quarantined, are you ready to go remote with your students, and then worrying about if a family member is going to get sick or if you're going to get sick, and then everything that's been on the national news over the last several months and all that media coming at us. I do believe the stress has been piling on and on and on and on for everyone. You've heard people talk about this. And so I'm just hopeful that you'll take some time to think about some rituals for your mind, body, and spirit that you can use to help you during this time, because there's hope on the horizon. The vaccine is coming. Some of you here probably have already gotten the vaccine, but we're going to be in this for a while. We have 20 staff and 200 kids quarantined right now. We're going to be in this for a while. Yes, you do carry your student stress as well. You absolutely do. Yeah, community is imperative in helping us reach our goals. great. Anybody have anything else you want to share? Yeah, less or no social media, right? Who else would like to share?
Deirdre, I just want to say thanks so much for our Wednesday time that we were given, because that has made all the difference for mental health, being able to have time to do things physically. That's been really huge. So it's really, really, really appreciated.
Thank you for saying so, Kelly. You know, it came out loud and clear in the survey that, you know, teachers are really feeling the stress and needed some time back. And so I was really glad we could find a way to do that.
And just like
for now.
to piggyback off what Kelly said, just the amount of quality that some of our lessons are now because of that. Like, it's so awesome. Like even more quality lesson plans is what I mean.
Good. I'm glad it's helpful.
And we hope that we still get it next year as well.
Oh, Dan, I
The year after.
know, Dan, I know.
No pressure though, but it's pretty.
You know, we did away with that early release because families hated it. I mean, families just hated it. And that was the one thing I heard when I got here to the district. When I would do my listening sessions with parents, there was something I could change. What would that be? And I would hear, get rid of early release, get rid of early release, get rid of early release. But I think it will be a conversation we have to have, Dan. You know, what I do know is we've got to double down on instruction as we do get fully back, because we've got some learning loss we have to make up for. So I don't know what that's, but that doesn't necessarily mean more time always, like on the school day. I think it could mean a longer school year for people who are willing to do that.
But these early releases are actually useful. The ones in the past were not useful.
I agree with that.
I'm just calling out the white elephant, guys.
What else would you like to share, or what other questions do you all have, or advice? Anything you want me to know?
Go ahead.
I have something as a parent perspective.
Go ahead. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my student, the less classes instead of like 7 classes, he's in high school, has been easier on us to keep track of everything. And having a day at home in the future has been nice too. Yeah. Just not having to do the back and forth and
thanks, Erin.
Sleep in a little later.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Erin. You know, I do think, guys, that what we've learned through this will forever change public education. I think we will have to have a lot more options around our schedules, around online learning, around a mix of synchronous and asynchronous learning. I think it's going to be expected of us. And as we know, education is a competitive market now. And if we don't provide what parents and families and students need, they'll go somewhere else and get it. I expect we will do another survey before the end of the school year to gather, you know, input as we're making decisions, you know, into the summer. So there will be opportunity for that. Anything else anybody wants to share? I think we're at 4:32, Rachel. Is it time for me to wrap up?
I mean, I can listen to you forever, but I want to respect everybody's time, including yours. And just again, say how incredibly thankful I am on behalf of the Worksite Wellness Committee. And I think everyone here, like Jill mentioned, it's just such a treat to have your support of wellness all the way at the top of the district and throughout. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. You are very welcome. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you coming in and listening, and I hope you can take something away that'll make you healthier. So take care, everyone. I appreciate all you do.
Good night. Hope to see you all next week.
Bye-bye.